I don't know. Do you think we are live?
Yes, we are live. Welcome, Miglani. How are you
Okay,
today?
welcome. I'm very well. I don't know. I am. How's everyone feeling? How are you guys? Just give us a
Oh,
drop in a message if you're here on the live chat, and we'll try to answer any questions if you drop in. And and even if not, have a wonderful time with us or without us. Thank you for watching so far. Vix, what's top of your mind right now?
oh my God. Being an Indian in America, other than cricket and ICC Champions Trophy, and the whole Pakistan and Dubai angle, what else
Hmm.
can be at the top of my mind? So that's what's been.
But US is not in the Champions Trophy, is it?
No, it's not. But we Indians in the US, कहीं भी ले जाओ cricket नहीं निकलेगा blood से.
Hmm. वो तो ठीक है वो तो इनफैक्ट I remember when I was in San Francisco last year when the World
Yes,
Cup was going on
yes,
and World Cup चल रहा था and US was doing pretty well and and the player I remember he was like a techie in San Jose.
yes. It was a tech in China, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, you can take the cricketer into San Jose and into technology, but you can't take the cricket out of them.
Yes, you cannot.
Hmm.
And
But you picked a great topic. I was watching. Did you watch India Bangladesh yesterday?
no, I did not. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Of course, it was a bit boring. I'll be
Hmm,
honest,
hmm,
and it was not because it was kind of one sided in the beginning.
hmm,
So I'll tell you how we saw it is that Bangladesh started to bat
hmm.
and they were 35 for 5. In half
Hmm.
an hour, basically half the team was gone.
Hmm.
And that was the time then the next two batsmen came and I was like, कि boss बहुत हो गया काम भी करना है we have to
Hmm.
work and it was like broad daytime for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I went on to add a couple of meetings. I came back and then I realized that they had made another 100 or 150 runs without any more wicket. So they
Hmm.
went to I don't know the score. It was like 160 or 180 for
Hmm.
5. I was like, ये क्या हो गया? ये तो मैं ऐसे में 35 for 5 पे छोड़ के गया.
Be honest. How much money did you bet on the game?
No, I didn't. I didn't, and not because I didn't want to, but I thought it would be one-sided, and one-sided games में ना betting में पैसा नहीं बनता है.
अच्छा.
Betting में पैसा बनता है अगर मैच इवन है और swing करता है. That is
Hmm.
when you make money. कि जब
Hmm.
ये swing किया तो यहाँ पे ले कर दो, वो swing किया तो वहां पे ले कर दो.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And the other thing that I've realized, this is my thing. I don't know. I mean, nowadays, although betting is illegal in India,
Hmm.
it's absolutely legal in the UK. So just so everyone knows, I'm not doing anything illegal. Uh, but India में भी वो quasi betting शुरू हो गया. All this Dream 11, what is it? I mean, it's
Sure.
betting by another name.
Sure. Yes.
It's not pure betting, but it's like quasi betting in my view.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, so I didn't because my learning has been कि if you're attached to a game, and which usually happens for me if India is playing, for instance, or in football, some teams that I support, that's when I end up losing money.
अच्छा.
Do you know why? Because that's
Why?
when emotion आ जाता है यार. एक बार
हाँ.
emotion आ गया तो betting में मतलब आपका
Hmm.
हो गया
हाँ.
कांड. So bet on games. This is my learning to कि bet on games where you're not attached to anyone winning or losing.
Sure. You can just look at pure statistics and then bet.
Pure statistics and actually see things rationally कि कौन जीत
Hmm.
सकता है अब क्या सिचुएशन है.
Hmm.
वो जब इंडिया होता है ना बांग्लादेश 35 for 5 है वो तो डिफरेंट बात है.
Hmm.
लेट मी फ्लिप इट अराउंड. बहुत बार हुआ है ऐसे. इनफैक्ट लास्ट ईयर वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में हुआ है ऐसा इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया इफ एनीवन रिमेंबर्स
Hmm.
15 months ago.
Hmm.
आधी टीम आउट है लेकिन एज एन इंडियन फिर लग रहा है नहीं यार हम तो जीतेंगे. ओ कोहली आएगा कोहली मारेगा. अरे कोहली छोड़ो एंड में कौन अब 8 डाउन पे बुमराह आएगा. नहीं यार बुमराह ही जिता देगा 100 रन मारेगा. आज बुमराह 100 रन मारेगा. दैट काइंड ऑफ होप होती है ना. द मोमेंट दैट इमोशन एंड होप कम्स इन बेटिंग का हो गया
No, but
क्रिकेट.
Milan, you are the most prolific winner of bets in our batch. That's what I know. You've made more money betting than anybody else in the batch. So I think you are able to keep your emotions out and still win. And you have. I have seen you win. I have seen you make unemotional decisions even when it has come to India. So
Only in unemotional decisions. Yeah, I've lost money in emotional
uh,
things. But Bangladesh match ka, I'll tell you one more thing that I remember.
yeah.
That I mean, I was seeing Mohammad Shami after, like, you remember. So this match I was talking about, that was the last
Yes.
time I at least saw Mohammad Shami. I think I don't know how much he played after that, but
Huh.
for most of 2024, he was injured. He was out
Hmm.
of the team.
Hmm.
And first, I think he had something which was uh, an ankle thing, and then it became a knee thing. Basically,
Hmm.
he went through a number of surgeries, and people were like, "He bowling कैसे करेगा
Hmm.
दोबारा?"
Hmm.
Because in
Hmm.
bowling you need to have a run up. It's not
Yes.
like
Yes.
बैटिंग
Physical
की बैटिंग कर लो
fitness.
और अगर नहीं है तो इंजमाम उल हक की तरह रनर रख लो,
Runner,
ऐसा तो
runner.
नहीं होता.
Yeah.
So भागना पड़ता है, जंप करना पड़ता है. He came back first match, well, not first match, technically he played in the England series also,
Hmm. Hmm.
but first major match, ICC Champions Trophy, and he took a 5 wickets. And five
Hmm.
wickets, I know it's, I mean, it might sound not too much, but 5 wickets is big in ODI cricket.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt.
And doing it on pretty much a comeback
Hmm.
after a knee, ankle, whatever hip surgeries that he
Hmm.
has had. But most importantly, and this is what I would salute, Mohammad Shami did it. And then I saw the statistics. Like, I don't know whether people have been tracking. I wasn't.
Hmm.
He is the fastest guy. He has got 200 wickets in the
Hmm.
whole world
But the
across one day
fastest
international
ball is with Mohammad Sami.
in the least number of balls ever.
Oh
Ever, I'm
wow.
saying.
Well,
Right from the
for me,
80s,
Bumrah is
जब से
always a
वनडे.
better bowler than Mohammad Shami. I don't know how. Like I would have expected Bumrah to beat that stats. Like.
So see, now here's the thing. I think Bumrah and Shami combination would be
Hmm.
awesome. Which is
Hmm.
what? I mean, World Cup 15 months ago, that is the combination that took us
Hmm.
unbeaten to the finals.
Yes.
Okay, we had one bad match. That's fine.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? But then if you see, Bumrah has really taken India without Shami. Shami was not there in 24.
Hmm.
बुमराह took us through nearly single-handedly. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब बाकी
Hmm.
भी अच्छे bowlers हैं. Arshdeep is
Hmm.
bowling well.
Hmm.
Siraj has been in and out. I mean, a bowler like
Hmm.
Mohammad Siraj, he would make the Indian team 3 or 4 years ago as the lead bowler.
Hmm.
आज की डेट में he is not the lead bowler. इस टूर्नामेंट में सिलेक्ट नहीं हो पाया
Hmm.
because despite his achievements and he's bowling well and he's not even out of form. नहीं हो
Hmm.
पाया because या तो शामी है या फिर बुमराह है. And
Hmm.
of course, I mean, these are once in a lifetime bowlers that you get.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm very amazed. Unfortunately, I would wait to see कि यार अब बुमराह इंजर्ड हो गया, अब शामी वापस आया तो बुमराह इंजर्ड हो गया.
Yeah, we need both of the horses
Hmm.
pulling the cart, or pulling the chariot.
But then मैं एक और चीज सोचता हूँ कि
Hmm.
अच्छा यार दोनों अगर इंजर हो भी रहे हैं तो अलग अलग टाइम पे इंजर हो रहे हैं.
Both are
Think
not
of it. There is someone to hold your lead bowler kind of thing. Yeah.
No, I think Indian cricket is doing great, and it just. But what do you think about all the India matches being in Dubai? Why not in Pakistan, Midlani? Because at the end of the day, they are hosting the trophy, right?
Yeah, I do think that it just shows the two things. One is the balls of the Indian government
Hmm.
saying that Pakistan, you messed with us for so many years.
Hmm.
Now we are not going to play cricket with you. And this has been on for at least the last 10 years, maybe a bit longer. That we
Hmm.
are not playing cricket with you. I
Hmm.
know there is one segment of society which believes, sport and cricket are different and all
Hmm.
that. And while I'm not 100% for or against that thing,
Hmm.
पर मैं एक बार सोचता हूँ अभी रिसेंटली मैंने वीडियो देखा.
Hmm.
I mean, there are people like Shahid Afridi
Hmm.
who are like, I mean, they are cricketers, they are commentators also and all that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then they are, I mean, quasi politicians and they talk
Sure.
about religion and too much.
Sure. Sure.
So
Sure.
sport and cricket are not separate. Let's be very clear. They're not totally separate.
Hmm.
I mean, उनका लास्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड दैट्स अ सेपरेट स्टोरी, वो आज की डेट में जेल में बैठा है, इमरान खान. वो भी तो स्पोर्ट्स से ही गया है ना.
Yeah.
ठीक है
You're
ना.
right.
इंडिया ने थोड़ी ना बना दिया सुनील गावस्कर या कपिल देव को प्राइम मिनिस्टर जस्ट
Yes.
बिकॉज कि वो वर्ल्ड
Yes.
कप जीत कर आए थे.
Yes. Yes.
ठीक है ना. कपिल देव, आई एम श्योर कपिल देव सोचता होगा यार कि यार
Hmm.
अगर मैंने 83 वर्ल्ड कप जीता होता तो 90 में मैं भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता.
नहीं, but अच्छा है कपिल देव प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं बने और but there's something to be said about the healing abilities of games, and as far as I'm concerned, I think it's time we all realize that the bigger challenges to fight about than to fight about some kilometers of space, on the land.
I think so. I agree on that. I agree. मतलब stop the fight.
Uh,
और एक बार फाइट स्टॉप होगी तो उसके बाद मे बी इंडिया विल विजिट पाकिस्तान. आई मीन वो
uh,
वाजपेयी टाइम पर इंडिया ने शुरू किया था ना वो दैट
uh,
होल
uh,
स्टोरी.
uh,
इनफैक्ट आई रिमेम्बर मतलब हु कैन एवर फॉरगेट सुल्तान ऑफ मुल्तान. उसमें
yes.
ट्रिपल सेंचुरी जो सहवाग ने मारी थी.
Uh, 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 uh,
ठीक है ना.
uh,
उसके बाद पाकिस्तान ने इंडिया को बुलाया नहीं उसके बाद दोबारा.
for Bengali, for most of our viewers, Sultan of Multan and triple centuries might be a bit too far back. So, with that
Yeah.
thought, let's move on to the next topic. What's the next topic on your mind, Miglani, for this week?
यार मैं तो मतलब यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस वी नीड टू स्टॉप फाइटिंग.
Yes.
उससे तो मेरे को एक ही टॉपिक याद आ रहा है which was, and since we were talking about the India matches in Dubai, not too far from Dubai,
Yes.
in Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
there was like a stopping the fight kind of talks happening.
Yes. Yes. No, I
I'm
think
sure you've heard. तुम्हारा ही तो
yes.
प्रेसिडेंट गया
Yes.
हुआ है वहां पर.
Yes.
नहीं वो
Yes.
नहीं गया. कौन
हाँ,
गया?
उसका right hand man, Senator
Yeah.
Rubio, Marco
Right.
Rubio, Cuban descendant, immigrant family, and that is just so beautiful about America. People come from all over the world, and then they become Secretary of State and all that. So,
Acha, tell me this. I know we're slightly digressing, but that's what this is about. So Rubio, you're saying, is Latino, Cuban descent.
yes.
But all through,
So,
both in this election and the last, everyone was like, all the Latinos, they won't ever vote for Trump. And the only people who vote for Trump are in rural white
no,
Americans.
Latinos have voted. See, look.
And उसने अपना number one, Secretary of State is a number one guy in America,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like after
Yes.
the president, even
Yes.
usually even higher than the vice president.
Yes. Yes. See, Miglani, I know people from Punjab who are in America today who have crossed the border, who have paid 30-40 lakhs to touts in Punjab, जो कि उनको पूरी दुनिया घुमा के मेक्सिको में लेके आते हैं, फिर उससे पैदल क्रॉस करा के अमेरिका में लेके जाते हैं. So, who is the winner here? Neither the boy from Punjab who is basically अपनी घर की जमीन या घर का जेवर गिरवी रख के अमेरिका आया है. Neither the country of America, neither the country of India. No one is a winner. The only winner is the tout in Punjab and the cartel in Mexico. So, जब कोई आके कॉमन सेंस की बातें करता है तो वो बहुत अच्छी लगती है लोगों को. So, a lot of my Mexican friends voted for Trump this year, but in quiet tones. They'll tell me, okay, because make sure nobody's listening and you're not recording me. And now I'll tell you that, yes, I voted for Trump because
no, and that was obvious. That was obvious based on the amount of votes he polled, because that could not have been had they had the Latinos, the Mexican, the blacks and the Indians voted also, and not just the rural Midwest Americans voted.
Yes, yes. No, I think
उतना वोट नहीं मिल पाता है. उतना वोट तो मिल ही नहीं सकता था.
So going forward, see, there's something to be said about. Like, I would like to see a world where we said that career politicians, like politics cannot be a career. You have to have experience in real life. And what we saw with Obama, what we saw with Hillary Clinton, what we saw with Biden, that these were career politicians. All they have done in their life is politics. They've never gone out and competed in an economy. They've tried to earn money doing a job, had a boss. They've tried to sell a product and seen how hard it is to survive and earn and all that. They've always been politics. So I am so sick and tired of when a politician come and pontificates. This is how it should be done. Have you ever done it yourself? How can you say this is how it should be done? So look, there are a lot of things I don't like about Trump, and I wish his personality was a bit more rounder and softer and fluffier. But that's not what he is. But what he is that he's someone who's created buildings in New York, surrounded by politicians, surrounded by a lot of people who didn't want those buildings to go up. So he understands motivations of people. He understands how to make projects succeed. And there's a lot of value to that. There are people who can make big plans and can talk a lot, but then some people you have to ask, how many projects have you done with your own hands and made them succeed? And he's someone who's done it. So he understands motivations and intrinsic behavior, which I don't think
I can
politicians
see.
ever
I mean,
can.
so what you're saying is he's a doer rather than just a speech giver.
Rather
And
than just a speech giver, rather than somebody who thinks, oh, these words they sound good together, so let me speak those words, and
mm,
these words can get somebody like the emotions will fill up in their heart and they'll love me, and let me hence speak those words.
mm.
No, but this guy
But
understands
वो कुछ
how.
ऐसे करता है ना, ऐसे 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 करके बात करता है. I've always tried, but I can't even imitate him. कि
So it has to come down to, like, this guy has done projects. He knows what how many compromises you have to make in life to make things
yeah.
happen. It's only a politician who says, no, I won't have to make compromises. Well, but this is a guy who knows you will have to make compromises to stop this fight in Russia and Ukraine. Everybody says, oh, Russia is the aggressor. Russia crossed the border. Like, if you keep poking a lion and you keep telling the lion that, look, my missile batteries are coming closer and closer to your border, but look, I'm
Mm,
not entered your border, so I'm not the aggressor. And then you say, oh,
mm,
why did the lion come and attack me? Why did he cross the border? So he's the aggressor. Like that, like it's like maybe the politicians don't understand, but it was
yeah.
very difficult for me to respect Obama, Biden, and all these, because I've lived in the real life. I have, and I know how hard it is when somebody just keeps poking you and then they say, oh, why have you attacked me now?
Mm.
So I like the approach he's taking. Look, and again, a lot of people will call me the Trump supporter and all that, and that has a lot of negative aura, so I'm not supporting him. All I'm
I
saying
think
is,
I think Vix, you need to be less hesitant. अगर कोई बोलता है ट्रम्प सपोर्टर, so be it. अगर कोई बोलता है नहीं है, so be it. I think we should move away, and this is
yes,
globally, not just in US, not just in India, not just in UK or any other country. I mean, labeling people.
yes,
If someone voted for Trump for one reason, doesn't mean कि वो agree करते हैं for everything with Trump,
yes, yes, that
and
is
so
true.
on. I'll tell you my reason. I mean, so you were talking about the buildings in New York and all that he has built, and I like it that he's a doer.
Yes,
But for me, that is a starting point. The bigger hope right
yes.
now, it's a hope, and
You
he
see,
might
let me tell
end up
you,
achieving. Is कि
look,
he has
Miglani,
started the process.
yes, see, you are a doer, Miglani. You
Hmm.
have funded companies, you have started your own venture fund. And as a doer, and I'm a doer, and one of the things I've realized as a doer is that you have to compromise. Like, there, as a doer, when you need to get something done, there are no absolutes. There is no justice or fairness for all those concepts don't apply. You just have to get things done, and you have to compromise. Even if you're right, you have to at times say that, okay, it's fine, in the interest of people not getting killed, it's okay if I have to give away 100 square miles. It's okay.
Yeah,
I still have a million square miles left. It's okay.
exactly.
It wasn't justice. Like, they took this land and all that. But that's what doers do. They understand that it's more important. There's a bigger justice of people not getting killed. Young 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds not getting killed. It is not their war. And I think doers
Yeah.
understand that. That's why I like doing this with you, because you're a doer. Like, you understand. Like, look, that's how it works. And for someone like Biden, say, no, how can they take 100 square miles? Come on,
Hmm.
move on, move on. You have
Hmm.
enough land. It's not like you're running out of land. So
And and the thing with Ukraine, I don't know enough, but from what I've heard, is what the current Ukraine's boundaries are. They were only carved out of the USSR,
yes, exactly,
and
exactly.
it was like fake boundaries because वो अंदर बना दिया because सब कुछ हमारा ही है. तो ठीक है,
Yes,
ये यूक्रेन का,
yes,
ये उसका. It didn't matter because
yes,
internally it was the same state. It's only when it
yes,
became a separate country that
yes,
people started asking कि बॉस
yes,
ये वाला यूक्रेन में कैसे क्यों गया? यहाँ तो सारे रशियंस हैं.
yes, yes. So you're right, Miglani. I like the approach that's been taken. I do understand that, like, if you talk about justice and fairness, probably it's not just, probably it's not fair. But is it fair for 19 and 20-year-olds to die in trenches for a war that's not
Yeah.
even theirs? I met a Ukrainian friend of mine a couple of days ago, and the first thing she said is, let's listen to some Russian pop. And I said, huh? Russian pop? And then we sat in the car and listened to Russian pop. So,
So do
So
you
these
think that,
are,
did you ask her how many Ukrainians support uh, the what's that
no,
guy's name?
I
Zelensky.
asked her this. I asked her this, and then she's a younger female, and she said, "No, this war is not. This is a war being fought by politics. We don't even understand why this is
Mm,
happening. But the fact is that a Ukrainian girl was listening to Russian pop. So I think,
mm,
and she was her keyboard on a phone was a Russian keyboard. I asked her, like, is that a Ukrainian keyboard? She said, it's a Russian keyboard.
mm,
So these are people who even speak the same language. It's like Punjab Sindh के संग बमबारी कर रहा है यार. Some
mm,
पंजाबी बोलते हैं, दो जनरेशन पीछे जाएंगे तो एक ही कुंभ के हैं. So it's just stupid. This war is stupid, and it makes me so angry. I assure you, this war happened because people needed to sell weapons. That's the only reason for this war. Because when the Afghanistan war ended, you could not sell weapons into Afghanistan, so you need a new forever war to sell your weapons, and Ukraine was that forever war. So
mm.
I'm glad we have a doer in the White House now, and I'm glad that he understands that sometimes there are bigger justices, sometimes there are bigger fairnesses than giving up some land. So I hope we get through to the other side.
Yeah, I'm also very hopeful because, see, this is a story that is not going to reach a conclusion this week or next.
Yes,
In my opinion, this whole negotiation, even if it is successful, and we don't know whether it will be, but even if it is, uh, and I'm hopeful it will be, it will still take, I think, the better part of the next 3 months, maybe even 6 months.
yes. No, I
And
think
less
I
than
think
3 months, I would be shocked if it's less than 3 months.
yes. No, I think there can be a meeting of minds fairly quickly. I
Hmm.
think people can stay in their positions, but they can stop dropping the bombs and flying the drones and killing each other. And I think then it will take some people to realize that without America funding this war cannot go on. And I
Hmm.
truly believe that a lot of Americans made a lot of money by funding this war,
Yeah.
and the youth of Ukraine and the youth of Russia paid price for it with their blood, and there's blood.
And the youth of US, because it was a lot of taxpayer money going into
Yeah,
someone's
yeah,
pockets.
exactly. And 1 out of 25 children in California are born with autism.
Hmm.
Like something's gone wrong, and I'm glad that the country voted for change, and I'm
Hmm.
glad where we are. So
But this is something, this tracking the whole who got money, who didn't get money,
yes,
is what your friend Musk is doing, right?
yeah, I wish he was my friend. He just liked one tweet of mine once, so
Hmm.
I hope that counts as a friend.
But
But
he's leading the Doge, and he's doing,
yeah.
how many things is he doing? I mean, he's doing Doge. He is a head of a
See,
CEO of
see,
Tesla.
see,
He
see,
is
what
SpaceX. He
what
is
happened with
Twitter slash
Musk?
X.
Yeah, I have people in my circle who have met him and worked with him, and what they say is that he's a talent magnet. Okay, he has a lot of great people who reach out to him and say, "I want to work with you." And both of us know that in a lot of our projects, if we had the best talent, those projects would be very successful. So
Hmm.
he's a talent magnet, and so when we say he's running Doge, he's not the guy running Doge. He is the guy setting the direction, and then he's attracted 100 very good computer hackers who can get into systems, who can get
Yeah.
data, who can pass the data,
But
make sense
even
of
then, Vix, even then, I mean, that's what a CEO does. So he's
it.
got people doing it for him. But being CEO of like four, five, six places, even with the best people, how do you like
No,
move your
I think he's special. I do think he's the Thomas Edison of our times, Miglani. I do think he's the Thomas Edison of our times, and I do think he's an emotional person. He connects. He says like, look, I think, look, everybody started supporting Trump after he won. Mark Zuckerberg went to Mar-a-Lago and kissed his ring and said, okay, Facebook will give 20, $30 million for removing him from the platform and all that. But who was the guy who supported Trump when it wasn't sure? We weren't sure he will win. And that was
Hmm.
him, right?
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about that he makes decisions from his heart, which are not always rational. When I see someone like Mark Zuckerberg, his decisions seem much more rational and much
Hmm.
more made with the mind, not with the heart. And I think to bring the big tectonic shifts in life and in the world is the decisions from the heart that's bring those shifts. Like Milani, I know
So
you manage.
do you think Musk is going to rule the next big AI thing also, or
Yes, let's move on to the next
because
one.
he's
Right?
ruling everything? सिर्फ
Yes.
AI नहीं कर पाया वो आज तक.
So let's move on to the next topic. This is the hot thing in Silicon Valley, and now let me show you guys this. I'm gonna share my screen. So for those that don't know, there's this website called lmarena.ai. उसमें क्या होता है कि there are around 89 models and you ask a question. So मैंने बोला how are you, right? तो मॉडल ए ने ये जवाब दिया, मॉडल बी ने ये जवाब दिया, right? Now I can vote.
Can you zoom your screen?
Sure, McLean. Is it better?
Slightly, yeah. This is good.
Yes. Yeah. So there are 89 models, okay? I can click on these and these are the different models that are on the system. And I asked a simple question to the AI, how are you? And there were two responses, right? And I can say B is better, A is better, tie, or both are bad. So I'll say B is better because, yeah, I like short answers, right? I don't want this long answer. I just ask, how are you? I'm an AI. I don't have feelings, right? I say B is better, right? So the model B was O3 Mini and model A was grapefruit polar bear, like
Okay. Okay. Which site is this? I am Arena.
LM Arena.
LM Arena. Okay.
LM
Okay. I
Arena.
will try it. I've never tried it.
So now, if I go to the leaderboard, so this is pretty good, right? I can reload it and I can say, tell me about.
Okay. Let me tell you a question.
Yes.
Let's go with your question.
Okay.
What is who will win the ICC Champions Trophy? 2025.
Okay. So model A and model B, we don't know.
Okay. It's worth noting this. कुछ तो ज्ञान. Basically, see the thing on model A, I will say कि उसने पहले जब 3 लाइन बोल दिया ना, predicting this is uncertain, depending, ये बहुत ही ये वो typical होता है कि एक एनालिस्ट ने आपको जवाब दे दिया अपने सारे फालतू के रीजन पहले बता के. Even if that they are going to answer, that means it will be a rubbish answer.
Yes.
And model B is saying that I can't predict the future.
Yes, I'll say B is better. Let's see. So model B is Claude 3.5 Haiku. Model A is Raspberry EXP Beta V1.
Now, can you do a follow-up question on this?
Yes. I don't know. I've never done a follow-up question. But let me show you this. So here we have a leaderboard, right? So with all these people voting, let's see what does the leaderboard say.
What is this leaderboard about?
So the leaderboard is which models are ranked the highest right now.
Okay, so based on what you were ranking just now, A versus B.
Yes, based on me and what everybody else on the internet is also ranking at the same time.
Okay.
What does the leaderboard say? And if you look at the leaderboard, number one is early Grok 3, and Grok 3 is Elon Musk's model that is set up in 1 year. So he was able to create a team and invest enough money and resources and give a direction to the team that within a year they're number one on the model chart. Number two is models by Google, and over here is model by ChatGPT, OpenAI, and then this is the Chinese model. So, Meglani, when a person can do this, he earns my respect. Like, he earns my respect. And then look at the score. The arena score is 1403 for early Grok 3, which is...
What does that mean, arena score?
I'm not sure how exactly they calculate it, but the arena score is calculated based on the voting and so on.
So it's the composite score.
It's a composite score, yes.
Okay. And 95% CI.
Yes. And then the next score is 1385, then 1380, 1377. So very, very impressive, right? And now look at this. So I would like people to go down to the source, and lmarena.ai is the source. We can identify which model is better, and you're not listening to the marketing material that these companies are putting out. Now look at this.
They need to. LM Arena needs to sponsor our podcast.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a non-profit. I don't think they have much money.
We are
Uh,
also non-profit. We have not seen a profit.
we are a for-profit yet to make a profit. So
Yeah,
it's
we
hosted by
are
researchers.
unintentionally non-profit.
Yes, yes. So it's actually hosted by the researchers at UC Berkeley.
Okay.
Yes. And so now look at the other side of things. So Michael Dell, the guy who started the Dell company, he just posted that Grok, which is the XAI, which is Elon Musk's company, is the number one app over ChatGPT and Google Gemini. And people say that number one app gets 3 times the number of downloads as the number two app.
Is
So,
it?
like that's what colloquially people understand.
Okay, tell me something. Are
Yeah.
people downloading XAI separately? Because I have it on Twitter or X. So
Yes,
anything I type on X, it shows me because I'm a blue tick subscriber. So
yes,
it shows me that what the XAI can do on the tweet.
yes, yes. So
Does this include
XAI.
that?
Yes, so you can access this Grok, which is their AI name, on grok.com. You can access it on Twitter or x.com. And there's also a dedicated app that you can download on your Android or iOS
Okay.
devices to access it. So there are multiple ways to access the software. So, Milani, all I can say is that that guy has earned my respect. I didn't expect him to have achieved this.
Got it. Got it. Well, I'll definitely check out this the comparison app that you showed
Yes,
and test it out myself. And I hope some of our viewers will also test it out and
yes.
leave
And
any
see,
comments. I mean,
yeah,
do you see what Vix is saying? Is that correct? Do you have any other parameters they should be testing on? Because this is like you said, isn't it? So it's a non-profit, and it
the
may not be
LMNO
perfect.
is a non-profit, yes.
Yeah, it may not be perfect, UC Berkeley. So maybe even UC Berkeley will uh, get some inputs if we or our viewers tell them
Yes,
that why don't you consider this and this will be a
yes,
better composite score.
yes. And then what
But
I
I'm so
want to
optimistic what you're saying. I mean, so XAI is going to, or currently it's leading the charts, you're saying.
yes, currently is leading the download charts, at least on the iOS platform. And what this means, Miglani, is that if in 1 year you can bootstrap, you can start 12 months ago, and today you can become number one on the chart, that means there is no moat. That means companies like ChatGPT or Google's, like they don't have a defensible moat. Anybody else can come in and can become the best in a year. And that also means that the rate of development is going to be so crazy from here on. I'm
I
so
love it.
excited for the next 10 years of our life. I think,
But XAI is not open source. Is that correct?
no, it's not open source. Elon Musk has promised that every time he releases the next version, he'll make the previous version open source. So he
Hmm.
did make Grok 1 open source when he released Grok 2. And now that he's released Grok 3, I hope he keeps his promise and makes Grok 2 open source. Let's see what he does.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
let's see. Let's see. I mean, there's always a bit of murky waters between Musk and Sam Altman at OpenAI.
yes, yes,
So let's see how much of the openness is still there.
yes,
It's a very tricky thing. What you promise once, it's almost like a politician. You promise something before elections, and then whether you can hold your promises after
yes,
elections. And
yes,
sometimes, and I've seen it in the US with Trump, for instance, he's doing everything that he promised that I'll do this, I'll do that, and now
yes.
people are up in
Exactly.
arms.
Let me show you something, Meglani, what we're talking about. And I hope people learn from this. So this is my x.com. I'm going to go to Grok. Once I'm on Grok, I'm going to make sure I'm on Grok 3 beta and I'm going to ask a question. Mm, as a factor for right? I'm going to say deep search. I'm going to say think, okay? So think, like it's going to actually think about this. So let me say deep search, okay? So, so look at what this model is doing. So it's looking at a lot of
Is think their logical model, the logic based model,
yes,
and deep search
yes,
is the
yes,
retrieval model.
yes, So
आई थिंक
all
डीप
this,
सर्च लंबा हो गया,
huh,
बहुत ही डीप हो गया.
yeah, but this is like Biglani, I'm telling you, like, we'll look at the answer that it gives, and you'll see how well reasoned that answer would be, and like I have to remind myself every day that, uh, oh wow, no, it's not reasonable to keep as a factor for peace.
एक काम कर, विक्स.
Yes,
Viks, why don't
yes,
you tweet this and tag Elon Musk? Okay, Elon
okay.
Musk, this is what I got from X and Grok,
Yes, and
XAI.
and we just had we just had a spirited discussion where we thought it's okay for Ukraine to give up some land as a factor for peace. So it seems to
Yeah.
take an opposite viewpoint. Yeah,
And
but
actually put the same question with Think, because this is deep research. Will
yes,
Think give the same answer?
that's a very good point. Let me copy this. Let me click on Grok once again, and let me say think. Huh.
So why it's problematic? It's given 4 reasons. Context of the conflict, it's given some reasons. And
Huh.
go down. Or what else does it say?
See,
I
he's
think, I think,
he's
I
really
don't mind
getting
what answer it gives. What
yes,
I do, my takeaway here is that Grok, number one, is Grok is quite advanced
yes,
and it's giving some thoughtful answers. Now, we may
yes,
agree or disagree with those answers, but it is like we agree or disagree with another human being.
absolutely, absolutely. And
But the
see, look,
second thing, मैं बोल रहा हूँ अभी भी इसको इलॉन मस्क को ट्वीट कर कि बॉस ये तो तुम्हारे ये 2 आंसर्स आए हैं तुम्हारे थिंक
huh,
में और ये तुम्हारे उसमें अब बताओ डोनाल्ड
huh.
ट्रम्प को भी टैग कर कि डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प की क्या.
Uh, so we have to
और मैं
say,
एक और चीज बोलूं, एक और
uh,
चीज बोलूं. Now
uh,
it may sound not very ethical, or well, it's not unethical. is कि अगर तुम्हें अपने ट्वीट के रीट्वीट्स बढ़ाने हैं ना,
uh,
तो जेलेंस्की को भी टैग कर
Zelensky को भी टैग कर दे.
दे. वो देख फिर
Uh,
वो तुम्हारा ट्वीट को फैलाएगा.
Elon Musk's AI goes against Elon Musk's position.
Yeah, that's what's happening. I mean, in all social media. I mean, just
Yeah,
pick up
yeah,
a
I think,
topic and just talk whatever bullshit nonsense about it, whether it's right or wrong, and
yeah,
tag
yeah.
everyone, and then
No,
someone will take offense at it, and then it becomes popular.
yeah. So if you see, it says it's not a fair or sustainable solution. The idea, doers give up the idea of fairness. Like, is it fair for Ukraine to have American hardware in it fighting Russia today?
Yeah, देखो, I don't want to debate the answer it gives. What I'm
Yes,
quite impressed with that it has thought through an answer,
yes,
and the fact whether it's deep research or think or whatever, it's come up with some answer. It has to give some answer, right?
yes,
Now you may agree or disagree with the answer, but
yes,
AI is like, okay, it may be more than one human being because it has access to a lot of resources on the web. A lot
yes,
of times it's the resources on the web that bias an AI.
yes.
So
Now look at this.
अगर आपका सारा सोर्स ऑफ मटेरियल
Yes,
न्यूयॉर्क
yes.
टाइम्स और वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट के बेसिस पे है, तो
Huh,
फिर आप एक ही आंसर लोगे ना.
sure, sure. Now look at this. I'm asking, explain the concept of zero to my 8-year-old daughter. Let's see, and I'm saying think mode, okay? And
Was this think or deep research?
think. So this is good, Miglani. This is good. I think, and I think the world is in for interesting times. And life expectancy is still around 70, 80 years here in America for males. For you, there in UK, is probably 80 years. So we have crossed the 50% mark, and I'm glad we get to live in interesting times, Miglani. So with that thought, Miglani, आप तो चुप ही हो गए.
नहीं नहीं मैं तो देख रहा हूँ. I was like reading your example 1 and example 2
हाँ,
and
हाँ,
everything.
हाँ,
I mean, all I'll say is I'm impressed, and I'm definitely going to track XAI a bit more.
yeah.
I'm also going to. Can you repeat the website which you were comparing?
That website is LM for language models and
LM
arena.ai.
Arena, LM Arena. Okay, I will do LM Arena. And if I forget again, then I will rewind. I will go back to this YouTube channel and see it
Yes,
again. And if any of our viewers are watching, make sure if you like it, obviously like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. That's fine. Don't do a
yeah,
thumbs down if you can avoid it.
yeah,
But definitely, if you like it and you want to see it every week, we do this every Friday night. Sometimes we do it. Uh, we have other guests on our channel, like we had in season 1, but in season 2, we are doing 2 of these things, and there'll be more to come. So yeah,
sure.
please like, subscribe, and watch our channel. Until next week, adieu. Peace and
Yes.
love.
Bye.